Hey, what's up, Tiny Boat Builders? I'm not even halfway into my boat build, but I've been on the Tiny Boat Nation Facebook page for about 3 weeks probably since I acquired this boat. I got to looking around and came across that page and I found so much valuable information on it. By the way, my boat is just a 10-foot lightweight aluminum, 27-inch at the bottom. So it's a very small boat, but I acquired it for free. Needed some work done to it. So I decided in the process that I was going to turn it into a little bass boat because that's mainly what I do. So like I said, I got some good ideas on there, and I found myself trying to help answer some questions that some other guys have had on there. So I thought that I would just go ahead and start doing some videos. So the first one, I'm going to show you kind of the process of where I've gotten on the boat so far. So let me get this turned around. Okay, so here's my boat. If I can back up here enough where you can see it. It's a 10-foot lightweight aluminum. It had several holes in it. It had original bench seats. You can see holes there and there where they were mounted. Those are on both sides. It had some splits in the floor there, and there. Those two had actually been repaired by welding at one time before, but the welds, it was holding the aluminum together, but it just simply wasn't very good welds. So where the splits were that I could see the ends of, I drilled holes at the end. You can see there and there. Same way, two of them there and a couple there. At the end of the splits, I drilled a 3/16 inch hole to keep it from splitting any further. Put a closed in rivet in them, and then I went over top of the welds that were already there with the JB Marine weld. Should be very strong. I saw a lot of good reviews on it. I was debating actually taking it to a welder, but there's not a lot that they could have done with it without cutting the floor out to get the old weld out of it. And so I figured, from what I've seen on it, I think that'll hold just fine. And then on this one back here, it was just a small split, but I went ahead and did the same thing there. And there's also going to be marine weld on the bottom side, and then at every rivet on the bottom, or anywhere that's going to be under water level, is also going to have fiberglass resin over it. So shouldn't have any trouble with it leaking. And then you can see here, and I have another one here. That's where the original two floor braces were at. And one of those had been taken out completely already. A lot of pop rivets in the holes, and you could tell they were leaking. There was a lot of sealant on the bottom of this boat, and it still wasn't very effective. So I took those completely out because I knew I was going to be putting new floor braces in anyway. And I simply cut down one of the original seats, and these thin pieces of aluminum are off the original seats. I put marine sealant. Actually, it's not made specifically for marine, but I'll show you what it is here. It is by DAP. It's called Extreme Stretch. It's supposed to fill up to 3-inch holes, 600% total stretch. Premium crack proof. Supposed to be very impact resistant, things like that. I figured it would do what I needed it to do for this application. So I put that between these after I took a wire wheel and got it down to clean metal. Supported it, flipped the boat over, and everywhere that there was a hole, I drilled through this piece and put the closed in rivets in it. So I did that for both places, and that took care of all the original holes. So then I wanted to add my own floor braces. I came across this 1.5-inch square tubing at the scrapyard. They were in 6-foot sticks, and I got 6 sticks of it for $16. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. It'll do exactly what I need it to do. So, and that'll let me put the 1.5-inch foam in the floor, in between each support, before I put the plywood on top of it. So anyway, there's what I've gotten so far. You can see I got started framing for the front deck. It's actually going to come back to here, which is going to give me a 5 foot long deck. And I'm actually going to, I'll have 2 more pieces of this going down the side. It'll lay all the way to the front of the boat right there, and it will come back all the way to here when I get this one built up, and that'll be the top frame for my deck. I'm gonna have a pedestal seat mounted here. I've got, hang on if I can grab it here, I've got a battery box that I'm gonna build a compartment for there. I'm gonna have a recessed area here for my trolling motor foot control, and of course the trolling motor will be mounted right along that other side. Behind the seat on the back part of the deck, I plan on having one big storage compartment. I'm debating on this small of a boat, I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I'm debating building a rod locker, a small one on that side. And then back here, I've actually got to add one more floor brace. That's what these lines are. So from here back is going to be the back compartment. And of course this part back here that I've already painted with bed liner is going to be where the gas tank is. And the reason that I've already painted this is because I have a transom that I've built. The original transom was only like from here up, and it was secured. You can barely see holes there and there, and on the other side, which were handles on the outside. And that board, of course, had rotted out. And this, it's an Apache boat. I do know that because it had a sticker just barely visible on it, but there's no model numbers or anything. So I did some research, and the best that I can tell, this boat was only originally rated for 3 horsepower. Well, I didn't have an engine, and I did some trading, and I got that Evinrude 9.9, which should make this boat fly, but at the same time, I knew I would have to support the transom a lot better than it was originally. So I will go into that on a separate video. I've got the transom boards built, but that's why that part's already painted, because I'm getting ready to put the transom in as soon as my last coat of paint dries. So anyway, that's what I've got done so far. I'm gonna make another video on the transom, and then I'm getting ready to do one showing you how I'm putting the floor braces in by myself. So stay tuned for those, and I look forward to doing some more videos as I progress on the boat. And if you guys have any input, please drop a comment below, and I will greatly appreciate it. And I'll try to help you guys out, and we'll all get this done together. Thanks, guys.